Yo, what's up, it's Plasma here, back on the video, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best drop spots for Chapter 3 to reach Champions League, or in tournaments, or whatever you are doing. So the first drop spot is located right here on the map. This is more of an aggressive solo spot, or a passive duo spot, as it has enough loot for a duo to do really well, and enough for two solos to do really well. So this building right here is going to have 11 or 12 chests. Like the chest spawn rate is 75%, so almost all the time you're going to be getting at least 10 chests. They're all over this building. Like, there's so much loot in here. Like, it's pretty crazy how much loot there is in this little building. And then there's also some chests down there, so make sure you got this. And the reason it's so good for duos is because you have a reboot ban here. So if you were contested and one of your teammates was to die, you would have a reboot ban. Plus, you have all this area. You can get all your wood here. You can get your brick all around. There's brick everywhere. You got this, which gives you a lot of brick. And you have cars because of this garage right here. You're going to be getting a car right here. And these chests are spread out all over. But it's a super, super good drop. I would definitely recommend landing here. So let's get into the next one. The next spot is a portion of Stealthy. It's actually right here on the map, and in duos you could also claim this area over here, right over there. This place actually has a lot of loot. It definitely didn't have this much loot when it was actually at Stealthy last season, last chapter or whatever. This place is really good for solos, and like I said, if you wanted to claim it in duos, you could probably end up claiming that little island over there too. This is definitely a really good spot, especially now that the chest spawn rates are 75%, or maybe it's 75% higher, but they're a lot more than they used to be. So, yeah, I think it's 75% higher, but yeah, ultimately, super good spot. Let's get into the next one. Alright guys, the next spot is located right here on the map. This place actually has 3 chests when you come up here, and then you get a full building down here, which I'll zip line down to. You're gonna get some metal, you're gonna get some cabbage, and you have this full building in here. There's some chests in here, it's floor spawns, just a little bit of metal. Basically, just a little house, and this could be a good solo drop, or you can also come down here if you wanted to make this a duo drop, or get a little bit of extra loot in solos, as there is another big building down here that you could definitely claim. Right here, you could definitely claim all of this. And I don't see this being contested because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it only has like a small part of the map, so you wouldn't really see a lot of people coming here thinking it'd be really good. But there's a lot of loot here, let me tell you, so let's get into the next spot. Alright guys, the next spot is located right here on the map. It's a little bit of a split drop. We're going to be claiming all of this as one drop. You could definitely land here by yourself in solos, maybe in duos, because you do have all these little shacks over here that have a little bit of loot. But this place alone is going to give you a lot of metal, especially for duos and solos. And you're going to be able to get a whole bunch of loot there. But you can also make your way over here where there's going to be even more loot. It's like a little bit of a Rainbow Rentals type vibe over here. You actually get 3 slurp barrels back there and 3 slurp barrels right here. So that's instantly going to be 60 of your shield guaranteed. You also get a chest in there. And then you come over here, you'll have a car. So you do get a car almost every time, unless you get unlucky with the spawns, because there's 2 spawns here. And then you get these 2 houses right here. You get fishing over here, like you can fish. You get a boat if you wanted to use it, and ultimately this is just a crazy, crazy spot. It's probably one of my favorite spots on the map. Very, very good, so let's get into the next one. Alright guys, the next spot is located right here on the map. This spot is very, very good because you do get a lot of loot, and there's actually a lot of chests. Kind of give me a Stealthy vibe again. I don't really know why they have a lot of Stealthy vibe stuff around this map, but there is a good amount of chests. But if you were landing here in duos, you would probably want a little bit more loot, as sometimes you might not get the best loot in this place. So you could definitely always come over here where there is a lot more loot, which I'll show you guys. Like, it's just right here on the map, really, really close. You would probably want to rotate here though, because it is pretty split instead of letting it split. Also, both of these spots could definitely be used in solos as very, very viable solo drops. But this huge gas station, has an incredible amount of loot. This spot alone could probably be used for duos, but you could use both of these as a combined duo spot if you wanted to, just because of, you know, a little bit of extra loot can never hurt. This place is really good for metal. There's so much metal here, and then it's actually really big. It doesn't look super big, but it is huge. There's a lot of loot here. And then that's basically it for this spot, so let's get into the next one. Alright guys, the next spot is located right here. This is one of these 7 bases, so it's very good, as you are going to have these rifts right here, which I might have actually missed talking about those rifts at some of the other drops, but they're all over the map, especially at these 7 places. So it's going to be a decent amount of loot here, probably not enough for a duo, definitely enough for a solo, so you'd probably want to end up rotating over here if you were going to be landing here in solos. I would definitely recommend getting all of these little buildings over here. As you can see, like there's 1, 2, 3. You might not be able to claim all these, but you could 100% claim this yellow building right here, which does have a lot of loot. And if, you know, you're pretty lucky, you might be able to claim some of this stuff over here. Ultimately, a super good drop. Like a lot of the other drops in this video, there is a big like gap in between some of the spots. Like it's a split drop. It's pretty split, but the 2 drops alone don't have enough for a duo. So if you are landing here in duos, like you're most likely going to be able to rotate there. And if there was another team, they wouldn't have any loot because these spots alone, like I said, aren't that great. If you do come over to this red house, there's a reboot ban on the way over here though, which makes this split drop a little bit better if you did end up fighting, because, you know, reboot ban. And then over here you got this red house. It does have a car, which is really helpful, and of course a little bit of loot in this red house. Nothing special, but let's get into the next spot. The last spot for this video is the ship that moves around the map. If you guys don't remember, this ship was in the game in Chapter 2, Season 3, and it has extremely good loot. It has enough slurp barrels for you and your duo to get max shield. Actually, I think it has like 15 slurp barrels, so way more than you need. It has a bunch of chests, and it actually does have a supply drop, as well as a bunch of henchman chests. There's like, I think, 2 of them, and then they also have the nom boxes to give you a bunch of fruit. You might be able to get peppers, which is really, really good in the current meta. And if you guys didn't know where the supply drop was, it's actually on top of the sail. For some reason, you have to like break the sail down, and then you'll get the supply drop. That's it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys drop a like, as well as subscribe and turn on notifications for the best content competitive Fortnite videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.